Here's a backyard landscaping secret many designers won't admit. The most luxurious gardens start with subtraction. Remove clutter, trim competing shapes, and clear walking lines. Suddenly, scale, light, and texture breathe. I'm your host from Luxury Home Decor. And today we're crafting a backyard that feels like a private retreat. Expect seasonal ideas, budget-friendly upgrades, and space-savvy moves. Stick around to the end for smart principles you can use anywhere, any budget, any style. Begin with a mood anchored by 3 words: calm, lively, or cozy. Let those guide choices for color, planting, and furniture. Calm thrives on layered greens and soft neutrals. Lively welcomes citrus tones and playful blooms. Cozy leans into earthy hues and warm wood. Choosing a mood early prevents impulse purchases. It creates cohesion across seating, pathways, and accents, making every corner feel connected, intentional, and deeply relaxing for everyday living and entertaining. Color schemes matter outdoors as much as indoors. Think in tiers: base foliage, seasonal color, and accent pops. A foundation of evergreens delivers year-round structure. Seasonal waves: tulips in spring, salvia in summer, chrysanthemums in fall. Keep the garden evolving. Accents arrive through pillows, lanterns, planters, and tableware. If you love neutrals, add depth with varied leaf shapes. If you love bold looks, limit to 2 dominant hues and 1 contrasting note for balance. Great backyards begin underfoot. Define movement with pathways that invite exploration and protect the lawn. Gravel offers a soft, budget-friendly option. Stepping stones feel sculptural. Decomposed granite gives a modern, permeable surface. Keep paths around 3 feet wide for comfortable passing. Add subtle curves for rhythm, and edge them with herbs for fragrance. These lines guide the eye, organize zones, and make maintenance more efficient, even in tight or irregular spaces. Zoning transforms small yards into multi-purpose sanctuaries. Divide space into 3 essentials: lounging, dining, and play or grow. Use planters, trellises, or low hedges to establish boundaries without heavy fences. Each zone needs its own focal point: a bench, fire bowl, water feature, or statement planter. Repeated materials and repeating colors tie zones together. When everything relates, the yard feels larger, calmer, and endlessly usable for family mornings and festive evenings. Furniture shapes the experience. For compact patios, choose armless modular seating to conserve inches and maintain flow. In larger gardens, anchor with a generous sectional and a sturdy dining table. Weather-resistant wicker softens hard surfaces. Powder-coated metal adds crisp lines. Teak ages beautifully with silvery patina. Layer cushions in performance fabrics that resist fading. Aim for seat heights near 18 inches and table heights around 29 for effortless lingering and conversation outdoors. Shade equals comfort, and comfort equals longer outdoor seasons. Consider a cantilever umbrella for flexible coverage, a pergola draped with vines for dappled light, or a sail canopy for modern geometry. Pair shade with breathable textiles and a small side table for hydration and books. Shade also protects finishes, preserving color on cushions and rugs. When the temperature rises, a shaded microclimate turns an ordinary corner into everyone's favorite reading spot. Lighting extends magic into the evening. Layer it like indoors. Ambient string lights for glow, path lights for safety, and task lights for grilling or reading. Solar stakes help budgets and reduce wiring. Warm white bulbs feel welcoming. Avoid overly bright, cool tones that wash out greenery. Dimmer controls stretch versatility from dinner to stargazing. Lighting emphasizes textures on bark, stone, and foliage, shaping nighttime depth and making gatherings feel intimate. Water brings instant serenity. A compact bubbling urn calms a small patio. A rill or narrow channel adds modern drama. A bird bath invites wildlife. Keep scale proportional. Small spaces benefit from subtle trickles over roaring cascades. Use recirculating pumps to conserve water and reduce plumbing complexity. Surround basins with river pebbles and moisture-tolerant plants. The sound softens neighborhood noise, while reflections double your greenery and amplify the sense of escape. Seasonality keeps the landscape interesting year-round. Plan 4 moments: spring emergence, summer fullness, autumn warmth, and winter structure. Spring bulbs wake up beds. Summer annuals add exuberance. Autumn grasses and maples bring glow. Winter evergreens and sculptural branches hold the frame. Rotate container displays with the seasons for quick refreshes. Pair seasonal plant swaps with textile updates. Light linen for summer, woolly throws for fall. So the garden evolves with your life. Budget-friendly landscaping is about sequencing rather than sacrifice. Invest first in the bones: soil improvement, irrigation, and primary paths. Next, add perennials and shrubs for long-term value. Finally, sprinkle annual color and accessories for personality. Choose a few hero pieces: an outdoor rug, a bench, a statement pot to set the tone. DIY tasks like mulching, painting fences, and assembling planters can cut costs dramatically while delivering immediate visual polish and pride. Soil is your silent partner. Before planting, incorporate compost to improve drainage and fertility. Aim for loamy structure that holds moisture without getting waterlogged. Group plants by water needs to avoid overwatering and save resources. Add 2 to 3 inches of mulch to regulate temperature, deter weeds, and create a finished look. Healthy soil means fewer pests, better blooms, and reduced maintenance, giving you more time to relax with friends outdoors. Small backyards thrive with vertical strategy. Train climbers like jasmine, clematis, or passionflower on trellises. Use slim shelving for herbs and cascading succulents. Hang wall planters where ground space is scarce. Vertical layers add privacy, fragrance, and color without consuming precious square footage. Repeat materials: black metal, cedar slats, or painted lattice, to create coherence. The goal is an illusion of depth. Multiple planes of green that draw the eye up and outward. Containers are design chameleons. Cluster 3 in varying heights for dynamic composition. Thriller, filler, spiller. A bold canna or dwarf grass anchors. Mounding coleus or pelargonium fills. And trailing ivy or sweet potato vine softens edges. Choose lightweight fiber stone for movability, ceramic for shine, or corten steel for rustic warmth. Keep pot colors within a tight palette to avoid clutter. Containers refresh entrances, frame seating, and test plant combinations before committing. Edible landscapes can be gorgeous. Mix blueberries into ornamental beds for spring blossoms and fall foliage. Edge pathways with thyme and strawberries. Interplant tomatoes with marigolds and basil to boost resilience. Use raised beds to define geometry and improve drainage. Choose attractive supports, bamboo teepees or painted obelisks, for climbing beans and cucumbers. This approach feeds both the eye and the table, turning daily harvests into rituals that connect loved ones with the seasons. Drought-smart design balances beauty with responsibility. Favor natives and adapted species that thrive with minimal water. Group plants in hydrozones and use drip irrigation for precision. Add gravel or crushed stone mulches to reflect light and keep crowns dry. Silvery foliage, olive, lavender, artemisia, pairs elegantly with dark woods and black metal. Where rain is scarce, sculptural succulents, grasses, and tough perennials deliver texture all year without constant attention or high bills. Privacy shapes comfort. Instead of building massive walls, layer medium-height hedges with tall ornamental grasses and a few slender trees. This softens boundaries and lets breezes through while filtering views. Where space is tight, pleached trees or espaliered fruit give a flat green screen. Screens can be artistic too. Slatted panels, perforated metal, or woven willow. Blend screening with seating to create outdoor rooms that feel sheltered, social, and wonderfully serene. Sound is a design layer many overlook. Rustling bamboo, ornamental grasses, and broadleaf shrubs create a gentle hush that calms the mind. Pair plantings with a soft water trickle or wind chimes tuned to low notes. Position seating away from compressors or street-side corners. Consider acoustic fencing or dense hedging where noise persists. When sound feels curated, never loud, always soothing. Conversations feel private, and evening gatherings stretch comfortably without strain or shouting. Focal points guide attention and deliver drama. A sculptural tree, oversized urn, or low firebowl can anchor a view from indoors and outdoors. Place it where lines converge, end of a path, center of a patio, or through a window axis. Surround it with simpler textures so it shines. Rotate small focal elements seasonally, like a painted bench cushion or lantern cluster, to keep the garden fresh without constant redesign. Textiles bring indoor hospitality outside. Choose performance fabrics in earthy neutrals for longevity, then layer accent pillows in seasonal tones. Sage and clay for spring, coral and sand for summer, rust and plum for autumn. Outdoor rugs define zones and soften stone. Store textiles in weatherproof benches to prolong life. When fabrics feel inviting and coordinated, guests linger, bare feet appear, and ordinary weekday dinners turn into miniature vacations under the sky. Fire gathers people together. Consider a compact smokeless fire pit for small patios, or a built-in gas unit for a streamlined look. Maintain safe clearances from plantings and furniture, and keep a spark screen handy. Surround the fire zone with non-flammable surfaces, stone, gravel, or concrete, and include a sturdy side table for mugs and snacks. Even in warm climates, a gentle flame adds ritual and romance, encouraging unhurried conversations beneath the night sky. Pergolas create architecture outdoors. Use them to frame dining, support vines, and cast patterned shade. Paint or stain to match the home's trim for cohesion. Add a dimmable pendant or lanterns for evening meals. Where budgets are tight, freestanding posts with tension wires can support climbing plants and cafe lights for a similar effect. The structure turns open yard into a defined room, giving purpose and a welcoming sense of arrival. Edges deserve attention. Plant low, forgiving borders that invite brushing. Thyme, chamomile, lamb's ear for scent and softness. For a crisp modern edge, install steel or composite bender board to contain gravel and lawn cleanly. Curved edges feel relaxed. Straight lines communicate order. Repeat the same edge treatment across zones to create cohesion, like chapters of one story rather than unrelated scenes competing for attention in a small backyard tapestry. It's a small move with big visual impact. Rain can be a resource. Capture roof runoff into a decorative rain chain and a concealed barrel. Use that water for containers and beds during dry spells. Create a shallow swale lined with river rock to slow and sink stormwater, nourishing trees while reducing erosion. Plant moisture-loving perennials along its path for a miniature riparian moment. Conservation becomes part of the aesthetic, proving sustainability and luxury can share the same stage. Seating variety keeps gatherings fluid. Combine a lounge area with deep cushions, a cafe set for morning coffee, and movable stools that float between zones. Add benches along fences to turn edges into useful moments. Keep seating heights harmonious so groups mingle easily and conversations cross spaces. When furniture supports different postures, reclining, upright, perched, people settle naturally, and the yard adapts from solo reading afternoons to lively weekend brunches without heavy rearranging. Kids and pets deserve thoughtful design. Swap fragile borders for durable grasses and ground covers. Choose rounded stones over sharp gravel. Provide a shaded play corner with washable outdoor rugs and storage benches for toys. Consider hardy, non-toxic plants and a dedicated patch for digging or building. When everyone feels considered, you'll protect your investment and reduce stress, turning the backyard into a reliable daily escape that welcomes every family member. Nighttime comfort needs gentle warmth and subtle glow. Add throws to a lidded storage box near seating. Use lanterns at table level, string lights above, and low path lights to guide steps. Keep glare out of eyes by aiming beams downward. Switches or smart plugs let you shift quickly from dinner to stargazing. When evenings feel effortless, you'll use the garden twice as often, giving greater value to every design choice. Design principles create harmony. Start with balance. Pair solid masses like hedges or fences with lighter textures, grasses, ferns, airy shrubs. Add rhythm by repeating shapes or materials at intervals, such as matching planters or evenly spaced stepping stones. Create contrast with leaf size, color temperature, or surface reflectivity. Finally, ensure unity by limiting the palette. These fundamentals work in rustic cottages, urban courtyards, and minimalist estates, making beauty feel inevitable rather than accidental. Sloped yards become sculptural opportunities. Terrace into broad steps using retaining planters or low walls, ensuring proper drainage and stable footings. Assign each level a purpose. Lounge, grow, or dine. Keep risers manageable and include handholds or railings for safety and comfort. Plant draping species along edges. Rosemary, trailing lantana, creeping thyme, to soften geometry and catch light. The result is a hillside that feels intentional, walkable, and wonderfully stage-like for gatherings and views. Material choices determine mood. Stone and gravel feel timeless and dry climate friendly. Composite decking offers low maintenance and clean lines. Brick gives warmth and historic charm. Mix textures deliberately. Pair smooth concrete with roughly hewn timber, or glossy ceramic pots with matte corten planters. Keep metals consistent, black or bronze, to avoid visual noise. When materials sing the same song, the garden reads as curated, not chaotic, enhancing every plant and pillow. storage is style insurance. Hide tools and cushions in a deck box or bench with a hinged lid. Tuck bins behind slatted screens that echo your fencing. Add hooks for lanterns, string lights, and gardening gloves. A tidy foundation means your intentional design choices remain visible. When accessories have homes, reset takes minutes, and the space invites spontaneous use. Morning stretches, impromptu lunches, or peaceful evening journaling beneath a gentle breeze. Scent is memory. Plant fragrant layers near doors and seating. Citrus blossoms, night-blooming jasmine, lavender, and mint in controlled containers. Fragrance guides mood. Invigorating for mornings, romantic for evenings. Place scented plants where you brush them or sit longest. Avoid overmixing. Let one note lead per zone. Pair scent with texture. Velvety lamb's ear, glossy camellia leaves, to heighten sensory experience. A fragrant garden lingers in the mind long after guests head home. Pollinator-friendly gardens are vibrant and resilient. Choose nectar-rich natives that bloom in succession so food is available from early spring through late fall. Provide shallow water, flat stones for resting, and a few undisturbed corners for habitat. Skip chemical pesticides. Use integrated pest management instead. Diverse plantings mean fewer outbreaks and richer biodiversity. The reward is movement. Butterflies drifting, bees humming, and healthier crops, proving ecological design can be exquisitely beautiful. Smart irrigation saves money and time. Use timers, moisture sensors, and drip lines to deliver water precisely to roots. Water early in the morning to reduce evaporation. Adjust seasonally. Plants need less in cool months and more during heat waves. Inspect emitters twice a year and flush lines. Combine with mulch and proper spacing to eliminate waste. Efficient irrigation keeps leaves dry, reduces disease, and frees you to enjoy slow breakfasts outside. Budget DIY upgrades deliver big returns. Lime wash a tired wall for softness. Paint a fence charcoal to make foliage glow. Stencil a concrete patio or lay a simple gravel terrace with steel edging. Build a planter bench using standard lumber and exterior screws. Swap old hose reels for sleek wall-mounted versions. These small interventions shape the canvas so even modest plantings feel intentional, elegant, and worthy of long, happy afternoons. Entertaining thrives on thoughtful flow. Start near the kitchen with a prep surface and task light. Place dining downwind from grills. Keep a clear path between social zones, wide enough for two people to pass with plates. Provide side tables wherever someone might set a glass. Background playlists should complement conversation, never compete. When movement feels intuitive and surfaces support real life, hosts relax, guests mingle, and memories form effortlessly.